Let's make something clear, because some people still don't get it. Half of GTA 6 Trailer 2 is actual gameplay. And that's not a theory, Rockstar said it themselves. It's not raw UI on-screen gameplay, but they confirmed a lot of scenes were recorded during gameplay sessions, and then the camera angle was changed later, using the in-game video editor. So the next time someone says analyzing the trailer tells us nothing about the real game, yeah, you know what to do with that opinion. So let's break down exactly what's gameplay and what's cutscene, and what all of it tells us about how GTA 6 is really going to play. The trailer opens with a calm drone-style shot, and yeah, I'd say that's gameplay. Nothing too wild happening here. Just a boat pulling away from the dock, some birds hanging around, and a blimp floating in the distance. Nothing about it screams cutscene. Next up is the scene where Jason's fixing the leaks, and that part is clearly a cutscene. But as soon as Brian shows up and gives him the task, it shifts into what looks like a seamless gameplay transition when Jason walks toward the house. Rockstar's been perfecting this kind of flow for years. Like in GTA 5, there's the moment after Lamar roasts Franklin where it fades directly into gameplay as Franklin walks through his house. Red Dead 2 used that same trick constantly, blending cutscenes into gameplay so smoothly you barely noticed, and this scene has that exact same energy. Then we've got the driving scene, and this one's 100% gameplay. You can tell by how Jason's hand movement isn't perfectly synced with the steering wheel, something a lot of people picked up on. It's a small thing, but cutscenes are always polished down to the frame. Here, it's clearly procedural. Same goes for his chuckle. His mouth doesn't quite match the sound, which is a dead giveaway that the facial animation is being driven by the audio in real time, not by a handcrafted animation. All signs point to this being an actual gameplay moment. Next up, the scene where Jason grabs the money from Brian's debtor, and that's clearly gameplay too. It looks exactly like what you'd expect from a system for robbing small businesses or collecting cash during side gigs. There's nothing overly cinematic or staged about it, just a quick interaction probably triggered by a button prompt or walking into a certain zone. Next up is the first-person driving scene, and yep, that's pure gameplay, and it looks absolutely stunning. The traffic's dense, there's this huge plane flying overhead, birds just chilling by the road signs. I honestly can't wait to cruise around Leonida and just take it all in, and I really hope this time we'll be able to adjust the vehicle field of view too, not just when walking like in GTA 5. The Jason bench pressing scene is also clearly gameplay. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to hit up gyms, open air or indoor, and actually change our physique like back in San Andreas. This whole clip feels like Rockstar giving us a subtle preview of that feature. Everything looks smooth as butter, and the NPC reactions really sell it. And Rockstar spoiled this kind of reactions in one of their patents a while back, and we can see it in action in multiple scenes throughout the trailer. Next is the grocery store scene, where Jason's walking out with a six-pack, and this one's definitely gameplay. You can spot it by how the walking animation loops, especially looking at right hand, and I love how naturally the lady NPC steps aside to avoid bumping into him. Now the question is, how will item handling work here? Will Jason actually place the beer on the passenger seat, in the trunk, or just drop it to the floor of the car? Or will it just snap in and out like weapon pickups in GTA 5? Fully animated interactions would look incredible, but could slow things down during normal gameplay. So maybe this moment is tied to a mission, like grabbing some beer before linking back up with Lucia. After all, GTA 5 had stuff like carrying a mop and bucket in one mission, but that didn't mean you could just do that freely outside of it. Then we get another first-person driving scene, and again, no doubt that's gameplay. And hopefully these dynamic police stops we see on the roadside won't just be rare scripted moments, but something that shows up all over Leonida as we explore. Then we cut to the prison sequence, and that's definitely a cutscene. But when Lucia walks out and meets Jason near the exit, with the car parked in the background, I have a feeling this might lead right into gameplay. Feels like the kind of moment where we gain control, walk with her to the car, and start driving. The bed scene is a bit tricky to judge, because after the whole hot coffee controversy with San Andreas, I really doubt Rockstar's gonna let us interact with anything too bold. So I'm leaning toward this one being part of a cutscene, something cinematic, not controlled. But then we jump into the bank robbery, and that feels much more like gameplay. You've got Lucia holding two guys at gunpoint and Jason pushing a hostage forward. It looks like the kind of mission moment where we'll be switching between characters or handling different roles in real time. Then there's another bed scene, and yeah, just like the first one, I'm calling it a cutscene. And the next few clips showing Jason and Lucia spending time together after her release definitely feel like cutscenes too. And same goes for the airplane smuggling scene, where they're loading bags into the seaplane. Then there's the the scene where Lucia's doing community service, and that one's actually pretty interesting. I wonder if this is something we'll be forced to do early in the story, maybe tied to her ankle monitor and limited freedom. Or maybe we'll just be able to switch over to Jason, take a nap, or do something else while waiting for her to come back. And when they both arrive at home, I don't know if it's just me, but Lucia's model and textures feel off in that shot, like noticeably worse than in other scenes. Her hair especially, it looks blocky, the texture's flat, no individual strands, and it kind of blends together, almost like the quality we saw in trailer 1. So I'm guessing Rockstar might have been working on this trailer over a few months, and some scenes are just using older builds of the game. Anyway, this whole scene looks like it's from a cutscene, no doubt about that. The bar scene is definitely a cutscene, but that doesn't mean bars won't be explorable outside missions. Rockstar knows a lot of us were disappointed that after GTA 4 we couldn't enter bars in 5, so I'd be surprised if we couldn't walk into them whenever we want. Then there's the yacht scene, and yeah, the one with the absolutely unhinged jiggle physics. That whole thing looks like a cutscene too, especially the way Lucia spins around to show off her outfit. That little twirl animation feels scripted as hell. No way that's gameplay. Same deal with the conversation in the car, and the quick shot of them holding hands. And with the 919 party clip, that's another cutscene. As well as the scene where things clearly start falling apart for Jason, it's all cinematic. But right after that, when Lucia jumps down from the barred window, that moment feels like a transition and looks like another of those scenes where we'll regain control right after the landing and keep moving. Then we get a few more obvious cutscene shots before jumping into another piece of gameplay with Jason shooting out the window while leaning slightly from the car. That's pure gameplay, no doubt in my mind. And after that, a couple more quick cuts that scream cutscene again. And now this next clip is actually pretty interesting. At first, I thought it had to be a cutscene. I mean, there's no way we'd be able to fight like that with throwing someone up against a car or a wall. We never had anything close to that in previous GTAs. But then it hit me. Rockstar isn't building off GTA 5 anymore. They're pulling more and more from Red Dead 2, and that kind of hand-to-hand combat was absolutely a thing in RDR 2, so now I'm leaning toward this one being actual gameplay. Same goes for the underground fight club scene with Lucia. That definitely looks like gameplay to me, and it feels like Rockstar took the cage fighting side activity from the Ballad of Gay Tony and just cranked it up. Considering Lucia's backstory being trained to fight from a young age, it makes perfect sense that she'd be part of something like this. So I wouldn't be surprised if underground fights become a full side hustle in GTA 6. Next scene is definitely a cutscene. Nothing about it screams player controlled, but right after that, we're back to gameplay. Lucia's firing off a grenade launcher, causing this massive explosion that sends 2 police cars flying into the air. And what's wild is how the big armored police van barely moves. You can tell Rockstar really nailed the physics here. The next 2 clips that follow are most likely cutscenes again, but then we're back in action with that shot of the car dragging a vault through the streets, which is almost definitely gameplay. And I already know that mission is going to be a blast, just pure chaos, wrecking everything in your path while trying to escape with a giant metal box chained to your bumper. Next up is the scene near the Dominion Hotel, and it's absolutely wild. And I'm convinced this one's gameplay, but I'm not sure how often we'll be seeing this kind of party atmosphere with people having fun on the streets and hanging out of car windows. Maybe it's just a Friday night thing in Vice City, and the city turns up for the weekend, cause it's kinda hard to believe the sidewalks will be packed with partygoers like that every single day. The strip club clips look like gameplay too. There's nothing happening that feels overly scripted or cinematic, just people vibing. Now the Ammunition TV ad scene. And if that theory's true about Jason being able to nap while Lucia's off doing community service, then yeah, I'd count this as gameplay. Watching TV isn't new for GTA either. We had it in both 4 and 5, and that couch Jason's passed out on might double as a place to save the game or skip time. Then we've got Jason flying a buzzard while chasing down a boat. That's definitely gameplay. And same goes for the jet ski scene and Jason riding the bike. The truck jump scene feels like a scripted gameplay moment. Kinda reminds me of that GTA 5 mission where we chase down Michael's stolen yacht. So it's probably a part of a high-speed mission, but still under player control. And after that, we swing right back to another romantic cutscene. The scene with the police maverick chasing the boat looks like gameplay too, and I'm guessing we'll be on that boat trying to shoot down the heli. And the dirt bike chase? That's gameplay for sure. It looks like we'll be riding that Sanchez as Jason, then making that jump onto Lucia's convertible while trying to lose whoever's tailing us. You can clearly see someone firing from the back of the pursuing car. Now the quick moment with Brian's worker, that's definitely a cutscene. And the final scene, honestly, I'm not sure. Lucia leans pretty far out the window and that whole shot has a cinematic feel to it. My gut says it's a cutscene, but maybe Rockstar surprises us, and that's actually something we'll be able to do in gameplay. But that's not all. Beyond the trailer, Rockstar also dropped a few short clips across their website. One of them looks super similar to that final scene we saw, except it's set at night. Lucia's leaning out the window again, and just like before, I'd say that's a cutscene. Then there's a quick shot of what looks like Jason robbing a gas station, and yeah, that one screams gameplay. The way he pulls the gun from his waistband looks smooth as hell, and that animation detail is seriously on point. But then there's Raul Bautista's clip, and that one hits different. It's pure chaos, bullets flying, and the whole shootout vibe. Lucia makes this hilarious, shocked face when the bullet zips past her head, and I'm almost certain that's gameplay and we'll be playing as one of the characters in that exact moment. Brian's little scene is more cinematic, definitely cutscene material. Same with that last shot of Jason and Lucia digging through the trunk. But all those drone-like shots from various Leonida locations, yeah, I'm calling those gameplay. It's way too natural to be anything else. I know opinions will be split. Some people still won't be convinced that Trailer 2 includes real gameplay, even though Rockstar literally said half of it is gameplay footage, just with cinematic camera angles added through their in-game video editor. But honestly, that already tells us a lot. It gives us a solid look at how insanely good this game will look during actual gameplay. Of course, I still want to see how it looks raw without any edits or polish, just straight up in-game footage. Hopefully, we'll get that official gameplay breakdown like we did with GTA 5. But back then, that video dropped just over a month before release, so I wouldn't expect anything like that this year. Most likely March or April 2026.